Hello, everyone. Listen, already we're starting off. Now, Anne usually is the first one to say hello, but Anne is not here tonight. Her and her husband, Worth, are celebrating their 47th wedding anniversary. We are so excited for her, and we hope that her and Worth have a wonderful night. So she's not here tonight, but see, I get to start off with being mute and then laughing, but my laugh is not as cute as Anne's. So we're not going to do it that. But hey, I am Cayce from Ormsby Farm and the Halfway Homestead.
And hey, I'm Monica from Land's Promised Land Ranch.
And this is Sandi with Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona.
And we are just so excited that you're in tonight. You know how we do here at the Hay Bale. We're just switching things up even more tonight. Right when we got a good thing going, we're going to roll the dice and we're going to switch it up. But before we do that, I have thrown in the executive card and said, Sandi, we're going to have you say hello to everybody tonight. And so, Sandi, would you say hello to everybody in the chat?
I will. Joe, fix it for you. Hello, hello. How are you tonight? Thanks for coming in. Jersey Dolphins, good evening. We're so glad that you're here. Rita, hello. She's saying howdy to everybody, and we are happy that you're here.
We are.
Jeannie, hello. Thank you so much for stopping in. Cynthia Delot, all the way from the Netherlands. Yay! We so appreciate that you come when we know it's got to be a crazy time for you. And Lori's World, Lori, good evening. We are so happy. I asked her the other day how she was liking her new house, and she is loving it. And so I am happy for her.
Sorry, switching my lights.
And Rebecca Touched by Yarn, good evening to you also. Thanks for coming in.
Oh,
Tamara, hello. Thanks for coming in. We'll have to see if she's lucky again tonight. She is a lucky girl. Nan Schneider, 7770. Hello. Thanks for stopping in. Dude, where's my car? It all adds up.
That's Lori. Remember, I got caught up on the last episode. I was like, wait, how do you say this? Cool.
Hello. Thanks for coming in. Penny Ortiz, our friend. Yay, yay, yay. Hello, hello. And Ginger is here tonight. Ginger, thanks so much. Ginger is just one of those people that she's just everywhere. She's just so kind and sweet, and we just love her to death. And Philbeck, hello, young lady. How are you? Oh, Barb, how are you tonight? Thanks for coming in. Anybody else we've missed? Isn't Bob in here too? Jennifer Ocean Homestead. Hello. Yep, and there's Bob. Hello. Thanks for coming in, Bob. We appreciate you.
What are y'all doing?
And are we all the way through?
The moose.
The moose barbecue. Barbecue. That sounds good. I haven't eaten supper.
Does that sound
good evening.
Well, thank you everyone for coming in. And if we've missed you, it was only because I accidentally skipped over your name. I apologize. Type something in again. Give us a thumbs up. And I'll pop your, like I'm about to do for Crafty.
Oh, Terry, hello. Good evening.
So we appreciate y'all coming in. Now, let me tell you, normally around this time, we are about to spin the wheel of
fortune.
And fortune. But we're switching it up. We had all kind of had like a come to Jesus meeting and chit chat. There's one more. Hey, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Yes, it's a mess garden. Let me tell you, mine looks a mess garden right now. So I'm right there with you. But we decided we are going to do something a little bit different for the next 12 weeks of Hey Bale and Friends. What we're going to be doing is we feel, us as a whole, and this is including Anne, that we need to get in depth. I'm talking like deep into topics, because there are certain topics that you need to learn now and get this knowledge base, or it sounds so dramatic if you say it's too late otherwise, but it could be too late. So we're going to learn these topics, or it could be too late. And we're going to do a homesteading boot camp for the next 12 weeks. We're really, really excited. Isn't that cute? AI did our little promo picture. And we're going to talk about canning and cooking and fire starting, gardening, sewing, all of these things. And it's going to be a deep dive into everything that you must know to live a self-sustainable and homesteading lifestyle. And we've done these topics before. It's not something new. It's not new topics that we're talking about. But what we're doing is we're going really deep into these topics. And we're still giving away stuff. But we think that you should join us for these next 12 weeks. Sandi, what's your thought on the boot camp? Are you excited about the boot camp?
I am excited. I think that it can be a time when, we're very specific on a topic that you'll know the week before what the topic's going to be,
right? So
that you can have your questions ready. You can have your comments, things that you might have learned that you could share with other people in the chat. And we can just feed back and forth between the 4-panel plus the people in the chat and just really learn a lot of things that it's like, oh, I didn't think I could do this, but I can do this.
Right.
And it's important for me to learn a skill. And we're literally going to show, instead of our regular little videos, we're going to be showing things about that topic.
Right.
And that is exciting.
Right. Monica, what are you most excited about topic-wise? They don't know a lot of the topics, but you're going to kind of give away a little snippet, a little nugget, a little chocolate nugget, if you will.
I don't know. I mean, I like to teach, so I'm excited about some of the things that maybe are in my wheelhouse. So I like to talk about, maybe incubating a little more detailed, those type of things. But I also am really excited because I'm pretty sure we have a whole topic about like edibles in plain sight, like actually looking at things around you and kind of, foraging those.
Now, can I just say this real fast for the people that are listening? Because we had this issue with our last episode. When she says edible, she means medicinal herbs that grow in your garden. YouTube, don't shut us down. We are talking about herbs. We're talking about things that you can grow. What?
Herbs, but not the herb, but herbs.
Not the herb. Just some herbs.
Hey, Xander, look, we have Dark Lord Menitz in here. So we glad you're in here. So I mean, I'm looking forward to some of the things, especially things that I don't know that much of. And I mean, I know a little bit of things, but I like to learn more. I'm excited to kind of listen and learn and make notes, because making notes is the thing. We just talked about that earlier. I make notes in lots of different notebooks, and then I lose my notebooks, and then I have to go look and see the information. But being able to be intentional about making a notebook and keeping track of all this information. So I'm excited about that. I think it's going to be really fun getting kind of in the nitty gritty. And
Sandi mentioned that, y'all have gotten used to our pre-recorded little segments from me and Sandi and Anne. Now, Monica's have always been live for the most part. I think she's had a couple that were pre-recorded.
Two,
Me and Sandi and Anne, it's truly going to be our little segments live from what we learned in our deep opinion. And before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit more about what Cooking with Cayce is going to look like for this upcoming next 12 weeks.
Me?
Well, it was supposed to be me.
I'm really excited.
Monica got really excited because
I didn't know.
She didn't know what she was going to talk about. Oh, there we go. Hi, Cayce. Cooking with Cayce. Okay. Y'all, StreamYard is messing with me tonight. But on Cooking with Cayce, going forward for the next 12 weeks, one thing that I really want to talk about, one of my passions, I've talked about it many, many times, canning, dehydrating, and having that $1, $2 meal. There's going to be a couple topics that we're going to be talking about, such as meals in a jar. We're going to talk about seed saving, and I want to get really in depth about our topics and how it applies to getting that $1, $2 meal. People always think, okay, well, when Cayce is talking about that, it's solely to your canning and what you're canning. But really, this involves your gardening, your planning of your gardening, the planning of saving seeds. Everything kind of boils over to add up so that you can plan this $1, $2 meal of what you're preserving. So that's what I'm really excited to talk about, is how to really in depth get that $1, $2 meal. And all of these topics we're going to talk about, all 12, somehow tie back to how can I get my grocery bill down and my cost of meal per person down. And that's a big thing to me. And I hope that I am able to help you in these next 12 weeks. And I hope we have a lot of fun. So that's my kind of little contribution for Cooking with Cayce. It's going to be fun. And I may even do some meals in a jar actually in person right here in my hand, like live, so you can see it instead of pre-recording. Anyways, but yeah, that's my little Cooking with Cayce bit.
That's exciting. I'm going to have to start like arranging my budget around some of these like easy or like, more inexpensive meals, because I've been trying to tweak my grocery budget down. It was started out small, and then I had to explain to Eric that I was like, okay, I'm going to have to move this budget a little bit because everything is costing so much money. But it's like, okay, we've got to be able to narrow it back. I've got to be able to like skim it down a little bit because groceries are so expensive. Look, Ann Philbeck said my cost of groceries would be lower if my husband didn't go. I can't send Eric out either.
I can't send Joe either.
No, he offered to go the other day, and I was like, no, I will order it online and you can pick it up. You may not go into the store. You may drive to the store, open the door, put the groceries in. But I will order it online because I can see what I'm ordering. I can run it and say, if I have $100 budget, then when I get to that $100 mark, I can stop. And if I know I need something else, I can take out one of those maybe extras that I threw in there. I can be like, well, it's an extra. I don't need it this month or whatever. So I like this much better doing it that way.
Well, let me tell you, the planning on it is so important because for most of y'all that know, I'm currently in between two homesteads. The halfway homestead and the new homestead. And my planning was not very good for food during this time. So I've spent a lot more money on food because I'm not planning and taking my budget and stretching it out, growing my own food. I'm spending. Walmart should be my best friend. They should send me a thank you package. I'm just saying that out loud. They need to send me a thank you basket.
I know.
Now, with some of them Ben & Jerry's half-baked frozen little bites, this is terrible because you can make it your own. But have y'all seen, they have the new, like the little cookie dough chunks that come in the ice cream?
Yes.
So now it is just the chunks by itself, no ice cream.
Yeah.
And it was a BOGO special. So I had to buy one because it's BOGO.
Oh my gosh.
It's awful. But Walmart, send me a thank you package. Thank you. That's all I know.
And Jennifer said, and this is why you need more chickens. Side eye to Mr. Baby Chicken Hater. Yeah, we do. And my husband is definitely a chicken hater. He does not like chickens. He usually likes turkeys. So that's his jam.
Eric doesn't like chickens, really?
Well, he doesn't eat eggs. The chicken eggs.
He doesn't eat chicken eggs, but he doesn't like chickens. He doesn't like anything about them. Even when I make my own chicken, like I cook chicken for him, he's like, ugh, chicken. And I'm like, seriously? I mean, he's not mean about it. He'll eat whatever I put in front of him. He's amazing that way. But if I give him like chicken, even if it's ours, if I give him chicken for a meal, like make dinner and it's chicken 4 days in the work week, he's not happy. I could get away with 3 days of chicken, but he's got to have some other meat in there. He's not going to be happy. Hey, Troy. So yeah, but it is what it is. Farm life.
Mr. Bland, Mr. Bland, Mr. Bland.
Yeah.
But we will be talking about that. That's actually one of the topics that I'm probably most excited about is a sustainable meat source.
Yeah.
Mainly chickens, poultry is what we're going to be talking about in depth.
Yeah.
And it's a good way to have chicken or turkey, Eric, from now until eternity.
I think one of the things that I'm thinking about now, and I didn't think it's not on our list, but it's something that, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you guys what your opinion is, because this, over the course of just a week, since last Wednesday, so last Wednesday was the 22nd, I woke up on Wednesday morning and all 18 of my baby turkeys that I had hand incubated and raised, they started dying one by one by one by one. And by the end of Wednesday night, I lost every single one of them. Gone. And I was so devastated. I was like, what do I do? And Sandi was trying to give me suggestions. She's like, what about this? What about this? And I'm like, I don't know I am broken. So Thursday morning, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I was on Facebook, and a lady that I'm friends with, she was like, hey, anybody looking for turkey eggs to incubate? I'm going to sell like a dozen or two. And I'm like, me, where are you? And she was like, pick up in Greenville. I'm like, my husband's going to be I'm going to be in Greenville by Saturday. Can I come get them? And she was like, yeah. And for you, I'll cut the price down a little bit.
Oh.
And I was like, I want a dozen. And so she threw together a dozen eggs. Eric was like, look, start fresh. I don't really want to spend money on eggs that our animals are laying, but just do it. So like, I felt like really defeated. And then Sunday, after kind of going through that, yesterday, Eric went outside to go look at our big bull, Ben Judah, who we have, and he's been putting out babies for years. He's got this thing with his eye, and I'm pretty sure it's cancer. But I looked at him on Sunday, and Eric was like, this is ugly. We need to call the vet. Well, I called the vet yesterday, and they took one look at the picture, and she was like, no, that's bad. You need to call him. Cull. Do it now. And I'm like, this is like easily 1,800 to 2,000 pound bull. Like, I need the meat from my freezer. So I am not like complaining, but he's our guy. And so we literally called the butcher yesterday, and they were like, can you bring him in? And by the time Eric got home last night to take him into the processor, his eye was already doubled in like worse than that. So videos to follow, but it was a really hard time. And I'm like, I've had so much loss in 1 week, and it benefits me because I know how to start over. But like, how do you guys, whether in the chat or here, how do you guys come back from a week what feels really cruddy and you're like, man, this is terrible? Like, what do you tell yourself? Like, I know I'm grounded and I've got the Lord, and he's just gently saying it's good, because I got my hang weight back for the beef today, and they told me he was almost 1,000 pounds at hanging weight.
Wow.
Okay. So if you don't know hanging weight, that means like when my cow walks into the processor, if he's 2,000 pounds, he's probably going to hang at about 1,000 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And he hung at 998 pounds, guys.
That's
phenomenal, because I have hardly any beef in my freezers, like almost zero. So it's a bonus. And so I looked at it and thought, okay, thank you, Lord, for that bonus that I got. But how do you guys deal with that? Because I know how I do it, but I wonder sometimes how other people do that. How do you get yourself back from that?
Sandi?
Well, I learned a trick a really long time ago, and it has helped me a million times.
Okay.
Whenever I'm in a bad situation, I was told to, in my imagination, walk up a flight of stairs and look down on the situation. And what would you tell your best friend? You know, you have to, I mean, I'm literally separating myself from the situation.
Yeah.
And for me, that has just been so helpful. What would I tell my best friend?
Yeah.
You know, and it gives me a different perspective.
I love that.
And always, if you can look at okay, this looks really bad, but what can I get out of this? Or
Yeah.
what caused this situation and how can I change that?
Yeah.
So that's just a trick that I've always done.
I love that. That makes it easier too. I was just telling somebody the other day that she was asking questions. She's like, I don't know how to garden by myself. I don't know. I have a baby. I have to hold him and I have to do this. And I said, okay, so put him in the grass. And she's like, well, I said, can he sit up? And she's like, yeah, but I said, but what? What's he going to do? Put some grass in his mouth? She's like, yeah,
Yeah.
but I said, okay, so here's what you do. You let yourself go there. What if he grabs a piece of twig and he starts to choke? Well, you pick him up and you pat his back and you fix it. And
Yeah.
what is the worst he's going to do? He's going to eat some dirt or do whatever. I said, if you look at the worst that could happen, give yourself that second to think, okay, this is the worst, but I can do the worst. So let's
Mhm.
just deal with it now before it gets there and just enjoy the moment. So I guess that's, I've thought, okay, what happens if everything that I'm growing passes away? Just gives it up because turkeys do that. But I haven't ever had them actually do it.
Yeah, but really, in that first 5 seconds, 8 seconds
Yeah.
of a situation, you don't always have control, you know?
Yeah.
It's just that reaction.
Yeah.
But really, after that, you have control. You
Yeah.
get to decide how you're going to react in that situation. Now, I was very sad about the bull, right?
Mhm.
But the other way around, God needed you to fill up that freezer.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's going to happen.
And we have a backup bull. Like I know I have another one and we bought him like years ago. And I kept telling Eric, I feel like this is really early. Why are we buying him so early? Like we're not ready to be done. But I had no idea that we were going to have
Right.
to immediately get rid of our bull. Like, because normally when you do it, you plan, you have time. And it was like God was preparing us for today and yesterday,
Yeah.
when we had to make a very quick decision. Because if we had let it go, that cancer actually could have spread to his body into the
Right.
meat. And
Yeah.
thankfully, they only had to condemn his head. They were like, oh, that's it, the head. It only was in his head. So how awesome would that be that God already prepared us for that? So yeah, you're right. It's like, how do you respond in that moment? But yeah, I have a full freezer coming. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are
And
you, Casey? I mean, oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sandy.
no, I was just going to say that that bull had served you well. And so
Yes.
you celebrate him.
Yeah.
And now he's going to serve you well in another way.
Exactly. And we look at all of our animals like that we process and eat. But this is such a huge, like, quick, like, you got to make a decision. And I feel like there's probably a lot of people that couldn't maybe make the decision on that
Mhm.
split. And I was super thankful that Eric and I were both able to talk yesterday and say, he's got to go. Let's go now. We were
Right.
able to like tap into a few people we knew that raised animals. And they were like, absolutely, you need to take care of it now before you lose everything that God's
Right.
given you.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Because he's given you this big, massive amount of responsibility. And you're about to
Yeah.
let it slip through your hands if you don't take care of it now. So yeah, I like what Rita said. She said, I asked the Lord, what are you doing now? Help me to understand why this is happening. And since you always turn everything to good for us who love you, Lord, thank you. And I guess that's really what we did yesterday. We were like,
Yeah.
how is this going to work? Because we've got to move right now. We have to be urgent and do this. So yeah, I mean, it was rough, but I was like, okay. I was like, bye, buddy. And I patted him on the head. I was like, I hope you're not in pain. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
but so Casey, what are you doing? Like you're in that moment and you've got to make these decisions, but you do it. So like, how do you like push forward? Are you seeing how to push forward?
Somewhat. Let me like story time because you had your story time, and I'll just say
Do it.
a lot of people didn't see us last week because we were on a rerun.
Yeah.
And for those who follow me know that I work a normal 9 to 5 job. I work in the school systems. And over the past 2 weeks, we have had 8 bomb threats in 12 different schools in the last 2 weeks. And you can either take your mind to a bad thought of panic and freaking out, or you have to compose yourself and move forward.
Yeah.
And one thing that I have learned in these past couple of weeks with the chaos of moving and the chaos of crazy people, I'll
Yeah.
just say it like that, is the enjoyment that I get from certain things homesteading. And it's just little things. It's little things as in like sitting with your chickens outside, not doing anything. You're just sitting and staring like a
Yeah.
weirdo. But that brings me so much joy to where I can stop during these panic sessions, stop, I think about the chickens, and then I'm able to flush my mind to
Right.
then find that a responsible adult decision. So my thing that I'm doing now is I'm finding the joy in what I do, and I'm remembering that in these panic sessions. I always talk about how canning is like my therapy.
Yeah.
If you stop and close your eyes and think for a second about canning something, everything calms down in my body or your body if you're the same way, and then you're able to make responsible adulting decisions. Or you could not do that and you can go crazy and freak out and panic and all the stuff that doesn't help you out. So
Yeah.
what I've been doing is I've been kind of going to that place. If it's getting chaotic for a minute, I find the things that bring me joy. My canning, my chickens, the Lord, anything that centers me back to myself is what I need in that moment.
Yeah.
And then I can move forward. Because old Cayce, drama queen. When I tell you drama queen all the way, and I would have panicked and freaked out. But see, now I'm an adult and I make adult decisions.
I'm
So
so proud of you for growing up.
yeah. Me too.
Okay, well, since we talked about all the sob stuff, but I really did want to know because I feel like that's a really big deal, especially this time of year when people get discouraged because maybe you're growing in your garden, maybe you're trying to garden, or maybe you walk out to your garden and it is a crazy mess and you feel stupid overwhelmed. Like these are moments, these are emotions. Because I walked into my garden the other day, and I was like, I can't, and then I was like, actually, yes, I can. Because I have good things growing in there and I'm going to keep that good thing in the front of my brain, and all the other chaos that's here, I'm just going to let it slide right now because I know what I can handle. So all that being said,
and let me tell you, Sandi, I did everything you said. So remember a couple episodes, rewind your brain to like a couple episodes ago where Cayce decided randomly to pull all of his garlic and onions out of the beds, and Sandi was like, no, just put them back in, water them, they're good. Well, the garlic, I don't know, I did something and it's kaput. But my onions are flourishing. They are looking so amazing. This is like 4 weeks afterwards. And I want to encourage people that how truly easy it is. I mean, listen, y'all, I pulled out onions in the middle of growing out of their soil, out of their moisture, and laid it on the side of the grass for 3 to 4 days. And I still was able to moisten that soil. It's just a pile. It's not even in a raised bed. It's a pile of crap. It looks awful. But you stick it back in and it's thriving. So do not get hard on yourself if you're going out to your garden and you're like, oh, it's not working right now. It's not looking good. Have a little patience.
There you go.
Listen to all the different Sandi. And I think now is the best time, right after I say this, for Sandi to talk about going forward what Sandi's suggestion is going to look like. But listen to these podcasts and take these Sandi suggestions and know that, listen, if you knew everything and you were so perfect on doing gardening, you'd probably be replacing one of us on the podcast.
Yeah.
So nobody's perfect. And you always can learn something. You always can learn something. So let me do the final Sandi suggestion intro. And then Sandi, you want to talk about what you're going forward in the next 12 weeks.
Okay. That is so fun. Well, part of the things that we wanted to talk about is like fertilizer. Okay. Not everybody likes to put fertilizer on their gardens or plants or trees or berries or bushes, right? But what if you couldn't buy fertilizer in the store? So one of the things that we're going to talk about is literally how to make your own fertilizer, when you should apply it, what it should look like, what you should do, what you should not do, and all these different gardening things, because I seriously believe that this year is more important to do gardening than ever before. If you've never done a garden, even if you're going to do it in pots, we're going to talk about different things. And I think it's one of those things of homesteading boot camp that if you stick with us that whole 12 weeks, I think it's going to rock your world and change and give you confidence that maybe you didn't have before, that you can truly, truly do it. And so those are some of the things that I really hope that you get out of our boot camp. And when it comes to prizes, the prizes are going to be like, you're going to be surprised, and it's going to be good. And you're going to go, wow. And it's all because we're serious about boot camp, and we want you to be serious about boot camp too. So Cayce, that's really what I'm hoping for. And
I love
he's
that.
muted.
I love when he doesn't talk out loud for us to hear.
I think there's a lot of people that would probably say they're really excited when I am muted. But no, I'm excited about that too, because Sandi, what you said is so true.
Mm-hmm.
These skills that we are teaching in the next 12 weeks of boot camp is something that we truly in our hearts believe you need to learn and need to learn fast. And you're going to get these tips and tricks and these giveaways, and you're going to be like, I didn't even think about that. There are so many times that Sandi says stuff on the podcast. I'm like, why did I never think of that?
Every time she says something, I think that.
That's true. But we'll get to take notes. We'll get to learn together. And that's why I think this is going to do so well, is because we're getting to truly get deep together as friends, whether we're on the screen, whether you're in the chat, and we get to learn this stuff together so that we are prepared whatever happens going forward.
Maybe we need to make some little badges that if they say the whole 12 weeks, that say, hey, Bill and friends, boot camp,
graduate,
that they can
alumni,
get, graduate or something.
Ooh, I like that.
I think they can make any kind of badge you want.
Oh, absolutely. I do also want to say, we will still be doing giveaways. We'll be doing a giveaway every single episode of the boot camp.
That has to do with that.
That has to do with that topic.
Yeah.
We will also be pulling 4 names every single episode. So that means 48 names will be in the final giveaway, and it's going to be a $50 Amazon gift card. So you won't want to miss, but you have to come every single time to get your name entered in to win this gift card. It is not only is it going to be important to learn the task, but it's be important because we may say certain words in the middle of the episode that you may not be able to hear at the beginning if you only stay for the first 10 minutes. So stay the whole entire time. It's going to be a lot of fun because this is stuff we're passionate about.
Yeah.
And speaking of passion, I think Anne had something she wanted to say with, getting ready for next week's week 1 of boot camp.
Hello, welcome to Anne's Angle. Today, I'm not with you at Round the Hay Bale. Worth and I are playing today because it's our 47th wedding anniversary. I met him a year before at a honky tonk, and he was dancing up a storm, and I thought he was the coolest thing since sliced bread. So I'm remembering our first date. We went to a pizza joint. It was on St. Patrick's Day, and I made sure that I wore green so he wouldn't pinch me. But it was immediate we never spent another time apart for several years until the grandbabies. And then I had to go down there for a while. But yeah, 47 years is a long time. We love each other, always have loved each other. But I got to say, we haven't always liked each other every minute of every day. But that's what marriage is about. It's about commitment. It's about finding the person that you admire their character, you admire their values and their morals. And I definitely admired that in Worth. No matter how mad I was at him for various things, I knew that inside, no matter what, he was always a good guy, a really good guy. And I'm happy that we didn't do what society does these days as far as, I'm not happy today, I think I'll leave this person. No, we stuck it out through hills and valleys. We might be in a couple of valleys now, but not with our relationship. We've become, as senior citizens, which is crazy to say, we've become each other's major support, each other's very best friend in the whole wide world, other than Jesus, because Jesus is our best friend. So I just wanted to say, we're out gallivanting. We're planning on going to lunch. I know it's dinner time now, and we might just make a date and go to a movie. We might just sit on the couch together, holding hands, and watch a movie at home. You never know. But it's our happy day. I'm sorry to miss you all, but know that we love you. And remember that the Lord says, I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They're plans for good and not to harm you. They're plans for hope and a future. Love you all. Now, back to Round the Hay Bale.
That was so good.
Every time, I always feel so much more positive after watching her videos.
Yeah, I love it. And P.S. 47 is not that old, like not that long. You know, she's been married 47 years. That's not that long. Like yesterday, she got married.
I was about to say, did she get married the same time as Monica?
I mean, I think they got married in that would be 79, and I'm 78. So I mean, not that long ago.
Wee little thing.
She must have been like 2 when she got engaged. Okay, she was a baby.
And did you see Penny was so generous to
Yes.
want to donate a $50 gift for one of our episodes. So that was so kind of her.
Well, that is wonderful. Penny, we love you.
It's amazing. I love that so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I love that.
And that I want to touch on the topic that Anne talked about, how nowadays people either can get frustrated or bored or unhappy with a situation and feel like they have to jump immediately, whether that's in a relationship, whether that's in your gardening, whether that's in your canning career. Have a little bit of patience, y'all. Now, I will say that coming from me is because I don't have much, but hearing Miss Anne say that sometimes it's not the best. Sometimes you may not like the other person. You may not like your garden. Mm-hmm. You may not like canning at the moment, but stick with it because
learn those skills.
Learn those skills.
Important.
Yep.
And loving is a skill. I think nowadays it's something that people have to relearn. Truly loving, not loving. We talk about, I've noticed that I'll get comments on my videos and they're like, oh, Cayce, I love you. And I think, oh, you don't know me. There's a lot of that now. Loving is a skill. And by loving, I mean the love that Anne and Worth have right now on their 47th anniversary. Yeah. Loving like you love Jesus, a deep love that
Yeah.
burns inside of your gut. We can love your favorite YouTubers. We can love a type of Alani drink that is popular now. That was a total soapbox talk that I was having, but I really, I love Miss Ann's point on that is we do. I feel old saying that because I'm like, these youngins nowadays, they can't stick with nothing because I was that youngin not too many years ago. I mean, maybe 20, but still.
Well, she did a great job. I'm thankful that she was able to give us something tonight because that was such a cool message, especially because it gives you a little piece of her and Worth's story. And it's nice to hear other stories about that too, because like you said, so many people are ready to just throw in the towel with everything they have, right? So starting next week, we don't want you to throw in the towel on us. We want you to stick with us each week. Don't give up and quit boot camp. Stick with us. And each week, we are going to ahead of time, like Sandi said, and I don't know if you guys missed this or not, or if you weren't here, just in case, we want to make sure you know that you will know ahead of time what the topic is. So when you come in each week, we're going to know. It's not going to be a surprise for us like it's been. But like Sandi said, we're going to know ahead of time so that we can prepare and you can prepare with all your questions because it's going to need to be a thing. We want to get ready and prepare all together because that's how we grow. You grow with one another as you learn from one another. So, based on that, Cayce, I would like you to take the time to answer my email about your input about the wine choices for my friends. So just so you know, Penny Ortiz said that.
Yes. Let me tell you,
attention.
and I cannot believe I haven't said this, but I have not had a lot of wine lately just because of the chaos of moving. But once I try those wines, I'm so excited about trying the wines.
Boom.
I will definitely let you know. But I have been doing good old solid water. I know my
Good
rants and raves tonight may be a little different, but it's been chaotic moving. So I have not tried them yet, but I will.
Awesome.
Monica,
Yeah.
what we should do, especially since we don't want to give away our spinner just yet of how it looks and everything.
Yeah.
I think between you and Sandi, y'all need to decide A, B, or C, and I will pop up that topic, and that's going to be the top. They don't know what topic it is because they can't see it over here.
All right, what are you thinking? What do you think, Sandi? A, B, or C?
What about A for Anne?
I like it. Let's do A for Anne. We want A for Anne. Whatever topic A is. Water glassing. Cayce's going to be so excited about this one.
I am really excited about this one, and I think it's I was hoping that she was going to choose A, actually.
Well, here's
I
the
was
thing.
like, she's going to choose B, and I'm not ready for B.
Okay, water glassing is so good because right
It
now your chickens, your ducks, your turkeys, any of your animals that are egg layers, they are laying those eggs. This is the time. I know personally, Miss Ann said last week she has eggs that she water glassed live or on one of our podcasts, or she did it for like a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
So she has old eggs that are water glassed.
She got some 18-month eggs.
But here's what I'm saying. I have opened up 18-month-old eggs and watched my husband eat them, and he did not die. He is alive. So, I mean, you can.
For the 47, y'all. We're 87 years.
So, but yeah, water glassing is such a cool technique. And I have had people ask me how to do it. And I am excited because we're going to have a great show because you're going to be able to see us measure water glass egg, like measure out the equipment, do all of it right in front of you.
And let me tell you, I was going to put out a short, but I'm not going to until next Tuesday now.
Yeah.
Because when I moved to the new homestead, smart Cayce packed up all of his equipment. So I had no scale anything, but you still can water glass even without a scale. There are little tips and tricks and there's little measurements. I didn't even have a spoon to stir it, y'all. I did not even have a spoon to stir it. All I had was my half-gallon jar that Monica bought me that had a rim of the lime up at the top from my old water glass eggs.
Get out of here.
And I had my pickling lime. I had water, and I had my eggs. That's all I had. And I've done it before this way, and it works just the same. But before we kind of wrap everything up, Sandi, will you explain to those that don't know what it is, what is water glassing? If people are like, what are they talking about?
Well, water glassing is a way that you can, in the springtime, there's a lot of eggs getting laid, more than probably any other time during the year, right? What are you going to do with all those eggs?
Yeah.
And so it's a great way to preserve them without refrigeration, without having to worry that, oh, my eggs are going to get ruined, or if I put these eggs in this solution, that it's not going to work. But it does work. People have been doing this for so long, and it's just a way to have eggs when you want them, and they're ready, and it just works perfect.
That's awesome.
It does. And I think all three of us have done it. And I will say, for those that are listening, whether it's on the replay or you're listening to us live, I will leave what you will need. If you want to do it live and with us, one-on-one next Tuesday, I will leave ingredients of what you need to get in the show notes below. And it's pickling lime. Okay, we're not saying don't go buy limes at the grocery store and squeeze it in some water. That's not what we're talking about. It is a thing called pickling lime. And you grab some of that. Now, this may be a rebel statement, but a lot of recipes do call for distilled water. I have used tap water and still here, still alive to tell the tale. Now I'm on well, and I do distill my water in a Berkey or a knockoff Berkey. So maybe that kind of counts. But pickling lime, if you want to be really good about it, distilled water. And there's these half-gallon jars with white lids that Monica got me.
Those are gallon, by the way.
Those
Those are
gallon?
Yeah, gallons.
Gallon.
You can buy a half-gallon mason jar at like the Wally World if you want.
I'm losing my mind.
Yeah, but the gallon jars you can get like 4 of them for like $40, $45. Yeah, they're amazing prices on Amazon like that.
I will leave them down below, but also remember for next week, if you're wanting to get your stuff together, do not go to the Walmart and buy you a dozen eggs and think that you are going to be going to be water glassing with us. These are unwashed eggs, farm fresh. If you don't have chickens, maybe you know someone around you that has chickens, and say, hey, do you mind if I get barter 12 unwashed eggs from you? And then you'll have all you need for next Tuesday. And we're going to go in depth. But I think before we wrap everything up, I think we should do a giveaway.
Absolutely.
We've done it every single week. Why not? And we're going to give away a $10 Amazon gift card. So
you can put it towards your water glassing stuff. Buy some pickling lime.
And let's say pickling lime may be the right cost for. Yeah. I haven't bought it in so long because I was dramatic and bought it in bulk.
You bought like a 6-pack, so you didn't need to buy it ever again.
Well,
because you only need like 1 ounce for every quart of water. So
I think I bought like a 15-pound bag.
Oh my gosh.
And I literally have to haul this bag every single time to where I move to.
You just need to stop moving to different places.
To literally use like 2 tablespoons.
Yeah.
Right. I think this will be the perfect one if I can get all of it together.
He's going to pull me up first again, so be prepared, people. Oh, what? You got it this time. I thought it was going to be my face again.
I'm like, no, I'm actually getting better at it. It's been a week and I forgot what I do.
I know. We're all over the place. Oh, love it.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag water glassing.
Yep. And as Ann always says, we would like for you to come over to Around the Hay Bale and subscribe and enter it in there, but you can enter it in any of our chats on any of our channels. But you will need to put the hashtag water glassing. Like you see it on the screen, type it in, and we're just going to wait for the numbers because we have about 27 in right now.
Yay.
So
Awesome.
we would love to see, let's say 14. Once we hit that good old 14, maybe we do a spin. So enter it in. And let's see here in the chat. Are you excited about learning water glassing? Who has never water glassed before? Put that in the chat. Who has never water glassed but is excited about doing it?
Yeah, that's the thing too. I mean, they don't have to do it next week, but if they're learning about how to do it, taking the notes. I mean, I took some notes off of some videos, finally bit the bullet, and I was like, man, this is the best way to do it because I'm going to tell you, my eggs will stop. My chickens and my ducks are jerks. And like in December, they're like, man, we're done. And guess what? In December is when I want to make the cookies, all the cookies. And I need eggs, by golly. All the eggs. Yeah.
By golly. Yeah.
So I need big old gallon. I have 2 full gallon jars literally right here next to me over here on the side. But I have to jump over stuff, so I can't show you what they look like. But they're over here, 2 big gallon jars filled with duck eggs, water glassed, because these things are going to last me to December.
Let me tell you, and also in December, I like to make a little thing called eggnog. Now, you can have adult beverage or no beverage. You could just have the eggnog. But I have done eggnog with water glassed eggs.
Yes.
You need a lot of them.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be, it's so good. Seriously, once you see how easy it is and you realize how long you can keep it. I mean, I know I did a video, and there's a video Eric had just put out a month or 2 ago, where he was like, she wants me to eat this, or I ate this green egg and it looks greenish or whatever. But anyway, I've made him eat eggs that were like old. And he did one that was an old egg. And I'm going to tell you what, it's fine. It's fine. He's alive. Hey, Tuber Chat. Thanks for coming in.
I think we should say, because I'm pretty sure that Anne's going to be listening back to this episode tomorrow. Yep. And I think we need to challenge Anne to take out one of those eggs from her 19th month water glassed jar, crack it open, and smell it on live. I want her to give us the full experience, because Miss Anne will not fib to you.
I want to see that too. So Miss Anne, if you're listening, we demand you to do it next Tuesday.
She is listening. A little birdie told me she is listening. So we're at 17. So I think we should do the draw. So Sandi, give us a countdown.
3, 2, 1. Oh, Xander. Yay.
Ready go, Xander. All right. Make sure, we say this every time, make sure that you go ahead and you email us at roundthehaybale on our Gmail, because we will forget. So email us at roundthehaybale@gmail.com and we will send it out to you. Congratulations. We are excited that you won. We're excited that you're in here. And hopefully you'll use it and join us next week as we talk about water glassing. I'm really excited.
I really like the idea that we can all work on this together too, because now we can like get our stuff together and we can really learn together, because that's what it's all about, right? I mean, just us sitting here telling you all the things doesn't always get the point across. Sometimes when you're doing it with us, it helps us in you, because then you can share what you know.
And I think also for sharing what you know is, it's always been live, but I think we should have a little bit of a moment with Monica as she prepares us for the next 12 weeks of what we can expect from Moment with Monica.
I love that so much. I love that so much. Okay. So here I am, Moment with Monica. So each week I come on here and share what's kind of on my heart and what I've been learning, maybe something I learned throughout the week, maybe something the Lord's revealed to me. So tonight now that it finally got to me, when actually went to everybody else first, I wanted to share a verse with you that kind of really just came to me at the last minute today. And it was Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. Like he won't leave it. When he becomes an adult, he won't abandon it. Right. And I have learned Proverbs 22:6 since I was younger, since I started having kids, because that was one of the verses that Eric and I started keeping and kind of holding tight, because our kids, sometimes they can make you a little nutty. And so I kept thinking, I'm just going to train him up in the way he should go, because when he is old, he will not depart from it. So even if he's being super naughty now, I'm going to teach him all the good things. I'm going to teach him all the things God has for him. And so train up a child. So in this boot camp, and I'm going to read you the definition. It means it's a training program designed to teach specific skills. It is often short and intensive. So while we're only going to be with each other doing this boot camp for 12 weeks, it's going to be intensive. It's going to be very deep, in-depth training, because we want you to feel prepared when you leave our 12-week boot camp of homesteading and all the things. And so just like God says in his words, that when you train up a child, when he gets older, if he knows the things, it'll come back to him and he'll stay with it. He'll stick with his word. He'll stick with God. Just that same way, we are going to be helping you, and we're going to be encouraging you over the next 12 weeks. And I want to encourage you. So I'm going to try to pick out some things, and I'm going to ask the Lord to put on my heart, things that I can share with you, specific things that can help you grow over the next 12 weeks. So pray with me that I will be able to share with things with you that will touch your heart. And I really want to know if I have said something or you have learned something specific that has really spoken just to you. You know that you listened to this podcast, this live stream one Tuesday, and you know we were speaking right to you. I want to know it. So please leave us those comments. Tell me, because it makes us feel so good as a group to know that God has put us in a place to be there for you right when you need it. And so that's what Moment with Monica is going to be for the next 12 weeks. It's going to be me continuing to share with you whatever God's laying on my heart so I can speak to you directly. So stick with us, and we can't wait to see you in our 12-week boot camp here around the hay bale.
Awesome.
Okay, good. I thought I was spiraling. I was a little worried because I saw my internet starting to be weird. Cayce, you're still muted, so don't try to talk.
I'm not going to talk.
Okay.
I was actually spiraling as I was trying to pull up Monica.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, we're going to have this on point on water glassing episode, y'all. I'm so excited. And again, I just want to make sure that everybody knows the next 12 weeks, we're going to be having the Hay Bale and Friends Homesteading Bootcamp. It's a 12-week of skills, self-sufficiency. We're going to do giveaways. We're going to talk canning, cooking, fire starting, gardening, sewing. It's like a deep dive into homesteading, everything you must know. And next week, we're talking about water glassing. So thank you, everybody that came in tonight. We really, really do appreciate you. Congratulations, Xander, for winning. Make sure you email us. And we will see y'all next Tuesday on week 1 of the boot camp. This is going to be a lot of fun. So bye, y'all, bye. As Miss Ann would say, bye, y'all, bye. She would do that really cute laugh too, but I can't do that. So bye.
Bye.
Monica and Sandi, gather round and let's start this grand.